all you beautiful bitches out there. How are you doing? Now, in case you haven't noticed, I'm talking weird. Yep, that is because I forgot to do this intro beforehand, but instead I did it after. After what, you ask? Well, my last dental appointment. My hair is still wet because I had a shower this morning, put it up in a bun, and just went because I was running a bit behind. But I finished my last dental appointment, which means the last cavities got filled back here. They numbed my mouth, and I think it's worse than the first time, really, because I feel like I'm having like a little bit of a stroke. Everything's just rotating this way. They also, like I said, they did an impression for a mouth guard for when I sleep, so that way my lockjaw could probably ease a bit and I won't make it worse. The downside of that was it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. So this time they didn't put the tarp on my face because I guess they had one up here and one down here and they didn't want the tarp for it. So instead they did like this weird like plastic thing that came across my mouth. It was very uncomfortable, but it was a lot better than the tarp. I definitely did not like the tarp because it makes me panicky. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. So we fixed that part. Whew, how's over here numb? So I went in at 8 o'clock this morning and I am just leaving and it is 11:30. I had a phone call with someone, which took a little bit of time, but I've probably been sitting here for about 15, so let's say 11, just to give some grace period. That is still a very long appointment, from 8 to like 11. I was so lightheaded, my mouth hurt so much. It had been open for almost 2 hours, like this. Like, come on. And then they did the impressions for the mouth guard, and it's like they inserted like these metal pieces into my mouth with like the friggin' like foam or whatever, but the foam was terrible, and they like pressed it up into the roof of my mouth, and like some of it started to come down like the back of my mouth, so then I felt like I couldn't breathe because felt like I was gonna swallow this foam. Oh, and then because it's metal and she's jamming it up and then she's jamming the other one down, I have metal pieces digging into like, that part of my mouth, like the gum, like not even like the tooth part, like straight up soft tissue. Soft tissue. I was very much uncomfortable. It's definitely an uncomfortable feeling when you feel like you're suffocating or whatever. And I feel like I'm drooling, but I'm not. Like my mouth is, like this part is all red because they were doing a lot of stretching and pulling. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt, but I'm currently editing this video and I thought what better way to give you a quick little update from a few days after this appointment. So I actually got my right side of my face done, both the top and the bottom. It was like a 3-hour appointment, and my mouth was killing me. Like my jaw was killing me after the appointment, but what I didn't realize is you can kind of tell in the video, but like the corner of my mouth is a little red, and it looks a little weird. So from all the yanking and the pulling, my mouth was so sore after it had regained feeling. So after the numbing stuff had worn off, my mouth was just so sore. So not only did the cavity filling not quite feel right, like it took a little bit longer than the first time to get used to like the bite, because I don't know, it just seemed to like not fit as easily as it did before, but overall it was fine. It went away in a couple days, but the worst part was like the mouth, because not only was it like the cavities farther back in the mouth, so the dentist is like yanking even further than what was already there from having the piece in my mouth. So she's yanking it even more. Plus she's got tools rubbing against the inside of my mouth. So for a good solid, I would say 4 days, the inside of my mouth just was so raw. It was rough. The dentist did call the next day to not necessarily apologize, but to say, you know, they were aware of how rough the appointment was and how sore the inside of my mouth might be. They tried to Vaseline the corner of my mouth before I left, but it was painful. Like I said, it was just raw. It hurt a lot, and I actually couldn't open the side of my mouth very wide. So a couple days, I think 2 days after, we went to go get burgers, and I still couldn't open my mouth without the feeling of, you know, like it cracking and breaking. So there was a lot of softening and there was a lot of oiling up that had to happen, you know, lip balm and all that kind of stuff to just try and get it to not be so rough and dry. And yeah, overall, would I say this appointment was better than the first one? I mean, it has its pros and its cons. The con of the other one is the tarp. That was definitely better at this appointment, but my mouth definitely felt worse afterwards for a longer period of time at this appointment. The other one, it was just like a day of uncomfortableness. This was like a good solid 3 to 4 days of uncomfortableness. So take that as you will. All right, back to the video. On top of that, unfortunately, I have officially lost my job. I did kind of get a little bit of a heads up that it was coming, but that's what happens during a pandemic and you're not needed because there's no work for them to give you. I'm okay. I think this is a new start, so we managed to get in all the adulting that we had to before it happened, which was great. We got our eyes checked, we got our mouth checked, we saw a registered dietitian so we could get kind of help with our diet. That was a conversation that I had yesterday for about an hour. That was fun. I have more appointments scheduled with her, but obviously I'm going to see her after my benefits run out because she's great. I really, really enjoy her. She's very, very nice. Just feel like I'm salivating here. Yeah, okay. Well, that's it. We have finished with our dentist appointments. We have one more left where they will fit the mouth guard, so I'm sure I will show you that because, you know, that's gonna be sexy. But other than that, there's nothing else. We have done the hard stuff. We are done with the hard stuff. So I can't eat for at least 2 hours. So I didn't have breakfast. So you can imagine how hungry I am. So we're just gonna have to wait. But thank you for hanging around while I adult a little bit. Made it just a little bit easier knowing that there were people out there holding me accountable and making sure that I got my adulting stuff done. So I'm gonna go. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the notifications to know when I'm uploading a video. And until next time, I love all you bitches so much. Thanks for watching. Bye!